This guy, this is like, in my opinion, this is like the perfect type of DGG wiki article where you've got, this is the person, nice picture, decent summary, a little bit memey, couch beater, but then it's got like list of appearances on stream so that people understand the relevancy. This is a good article. Source with everything. Nice job. Metalloid Sword is spamming chat. Imagine spending your time doing this. Bro, we all see you in here literally 12 hours per day. I don't know what your point you think you're trying to make, but...
But he can leverage his stock that he doesn't sell to use this wealth. He doesn't need to sell his assets to functionally use his money.
Yeah, thanks. I know. The Minimalist podcast was good, but how many little podcasts are you going to do? You content set. Well, didn't I say I was taking a break from stuff? What are we doing now? I don't think I've been on any random shows. Oh, no. At the end of this month, I'm going to close out the year only doing big things, okay? The Minimalist podcast was fun, though. I'm glad I went. Let's see. What is my exit from this? What are we closing out the year with? Oh, the Manifold Markets thing, which I kind of have to do. They're like, I'm kind of sponsored by them, right? The Manifold Markets thing at the end of this month, which should be fun. And then the and then VidCon, which I think is probably a thing I should do too. VidCon for sure, 100%, yeah. Am I on any panels there? Not only am I on panels, the man, the myth, the legend, I believe Vaush, our good friend Vaush from the stream, is going to be there as well. Not just there, but I believe on panels with us. Why can't you take out more people like the Minimalist podcast? It's just hard to know who's going to be good or not. Like, honestly, I looked into the Minimalist podcast people after I went to LA, and I started thinking, like, why did I agree to do this again? I'm not sure. Oh, it's because their initial email, they included all their socials, where they have, like, decent reach across all of them. I didn't know that was going to be an ultra high quality, in my opinion, podcast when I went, though. That wasn't my expectation. I had very, very low expectations. So, yeah, I'm just happy with the quality of the conversation. Build the bridge with V. Who's V? Oh, Vaush? I don't think I will, oh, it's too long. I don't think I'll ever rebuild that bridge. Fuck, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I really need to iron that out. I say I wouldn't, but the content would be really good and it would be fun. But I would need I'd need a really big concession or apology or acknowledgement of like past wrongs, because Vaush has probably been one of my biggest slanderers of like any person I've ever associated with online to like a pretty absurd degree. Who's more about faith, Vaush or Hassan?
Yo, Dest. I heard that you're talking about personal wealth. Well, you know what the angels say. No man is a failure who has friends. But on the real though, I'm down bad. Let me borrow 10K, friendo. I have to pay Mr. Potter back.
It's hard to say. Like, the thing is Vaush is smarter than Hassan, so I would say, like, my expectations for Vaush are higher, so I would say Vaush is more evil. Like, Hassan just avoids mentioning me and, like, calls me a racist and, like, stupid shit like that or whatever. And he's like, Hassan is just very emotional. Like, it's kind of like asking, like, who hates you more, Hitler or, like, a bully who's a 9-year-old in elementary school? Right? Like, does the bully have the capacity for that much hate? Right? That's what I view Hassan as. He's like the little kid in school who like, oh, this guy, you're racist. Whereas Vaush is like, oh, Destiny is highly transphobic and blah, 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 blah. Like, Vaush should know better. Hassan is just a dumb fuck. See the Lex post on your Reddit? Talking about hosting you, Hassan, and Vaush. Would you do those? I don't know. I think I would have to ask him about that. The thing that I would see really interesting would be, the thing that would be really interesting is if Lex Fridman could host something, because Lex is obviously a larger character. Either me and Jordan Peterson would be fun, or Sam Harris would be really fun. Lex monitoring you and Hassan? Yeah, but I'm thinking like quality conversations. I would have a really good conversation with Sam Harris, and I think I'd have a pretty good conversation with Jordan Peterson. I don't think the quality of conversation with Hassan would not be good. What do you disagree with Harris on? I don't think we disagree, but I think we've had like similar political journeys. The main thing that I want to see right now, that we're entering kind of an interesting era of political stuff, is it seems like you're finally starting to see people like me. You're finally starting to see people that are like kind of centrist, but like actually, like in the past, historically, anybody that's not super that says that like, oh, I'm kind of like a centrist or whatever, right? Anytime you see somebody say that, that's always conservative in disguise. Every single time. It just means you're too, like, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm a centrist, and these are the 52 reasons why I'm voting for Trump and why I think the Democrats probably do in the basements of pizza shops, but I don't know 100%. I'd probably only give it like a 75% chance, right? That's like every centrist. It's like Dave Rubin. So it's interesting to see people, because I do think criticism of, for as much as people think I don't think this, I do think criticism of the establishment, criticism of the Democratic Party, I think it's really important, but that's one of the reasons why I'm so critical of the current like right, is because they're not in a position to criticize anything. They can't. They have no moral authority. They have no intellectual authority. They have nothing. They can't do anything. But yeah, it'd be interesting to talk to Sam Harris. Like, how do you have a moderated political position without shilling too hard or being used as a useful idiot for one end or the other? I think is an interesting conversation. Jonathan Haidt. Oh, Haidt would also be, I feel like that's probably somebody that I could reach out to alone. I just want to have a good topic for him. But I think I'm working on something with Erudite where we might have him on soon. That would be an interesting conversation as well, although a little bit more circle jerky. I think, because it seems like we probably align on most things from the little bit I know about him. No chance for Joe Rogan. I mean, Rogan would be obviously cool, but Rogan is still, I think... Rogan's not really out of my reach. It's just a matter of if they're interested or not, I guess. So whenever they're interested, that'll happen. If they're interested, that'll happen. You should give Vaush a chance, though. He does give you credit when it's deserved. Yeah, but I would need, like, an actual, like... Not a retraction, but I would need, like, a solid acknowledgement of, like, insane past wrongs. Who's out of your reach? I don't think anybody's out of my reach right now. I mean, like, big political figures like Biden is probably out of my reach, right?
Did you hear back from Ben Shapiro?
I don't know. I think Jubilee is trying to set something up, and now Lex Fridman is trying to set something up. So I don't know. We'll see. How did the Vaush bridge burn? I started to care more about rhetorical effectiveness, and he started to take both intellectual and rhetorical losses to me, and he lost his fucking mind. He absolutely lost his mind. I think, what was the last debate we had? It wasn't even the Living Your Values. I think it was that debate we had on that small panel show where he started saying that Bush and Scalia were fascists. It was like unhinged. I feel like Destiny will have a harder time talking to figures like Ben Shapiro JP when he has schizo people like Xena and Merc that will say obscene shit for hot. This is like the weirdest, largest cope that like my subreddit is on right now, where they're like, oh, the reason why Destiny is not solving world hunger or talking to Putin and Biden in a one-on-one debate is because Xena is in his Discord room too much. It's like the weirdest. It's like the weirdest. The last time y'all talked was about the social worker thing. Oh, that might have been one too. That was wild. Where he's like, people don't, what was it like? Oh, people never fear social workers. They just fear the cops or whatever. Jesus Christ. I got so many emails about that from people that were so fucking triggered over Vaush's takes on that. It was wild. That was the same conversation? Oh, was it? Oh, maybe it was. Would you be interested in social media impact on children's society as a topic with Haidt? I mean, maybe, but that's just going to be us agreeing like, oh, social media is probably like really bad. Yeah. Yeah. Like, does bad things to people's minds, right? Yeah. Yeah. Probably not good, right? Yeah. Probably can't get rid of it though, right? Yeah. Okay. True. I think with Haidt, the more interesting approach would be like, how do you change people's minds? I think that would be the conversation I'd rather have with him. I think that would be more interesting.
Will you ever drop any of the orbiters if you become bigger and more mainstream? Like, imagine talking to Ben Shapiro and Xena jumps in to argue about the Holocaust.
I will never be at a point ever. I don't know. You wouldn't even enjoy this, okay? I think you guys just do this as cope because there's certain orbiters you're like, I will never be at a point where I'm auditing my stream to make sure it's like MSNBC safe. That would never, ever happen. And it would be horrible content, and you fucking retards wouldn't even like it. Keep in mind, Now, I always say it can't get crazier than this, and it always seems to. But, like, pretty sure my highest, most insane, consistent viewership was probably around some of the most toxic shit in the world, which was Mr. Girl Lav and the Black Ark, okay? So, I don't know, this idea like, oh no, we need to have like professional, like I brought on educated people. I brought on people running for Congress. I brought on like relatively entertaining guests. We had a guy, I think that worked for NASA talking about climate change. He had like 2,000 viewers, okay? Listen, now not saying that like academic conversations are bad. I enjoy them and they're good when it's appropriate and that's what we're talking about. But this idea that you guys are like, oh no, like we gotta be super professional, blah, bullshit. You motherfuckers don't wanna see that. I don't know why you're lying to yourselves. You must be lying to yourselves. You can't lie to me about it because I know what you fuckers want, okay? So chill. Merc is literally equals Quirky the person. Yeah, people like Destiny lets her come in and say, I don't. Every time she comes in and she starts saying shit, like, I'm like, bro, stop. I don't know where that idea comes in that I'm like, that's so funny, Merc. Like, no, I generally, every single time she does it, I'm like, bro, don't say that in here. We're not doing that. I don't know if you're actually fucking racist. Pretty sure I said explicitly that the last time we spoke. But also, listen, that Merc person is fucking crazy. I don't know how long she's going to be around for, okay? Probably not very long. Doesn't seem like it. She's a wild card. But now, maybe this was just my own personal enjoyment, okay? The whole Merc arc was worth it, okay? Because of the Vic drama. Now, most of you guys might not have gotten to enjoy that because it happened off stream, all right? But that was a fucking funny ass drama. A little mini 6-hour fucking drama show. I enjoyed that, okay? But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Can you do a summary for those that missed it? Yeah, sure. I'll do the actual summary of what probably happened. And Merc hears this, she might hate me. But it seems like there was some other kind of large streamer called Vic that helped Merc be an up-and-comer or whatever. That he was, I guess, her first like big like streamer connect. And then me and a bunch of people were on, me and Xena and a couple other people were on like, were on Merc's Discord after, we were on Merc's Discord after my stream, on her stream. And then Vic started saying something in some other chat like, "Oh, I think she's changed," and I started shit stirring hardcore. It's like, "Oh, this Vic guy says you changed. Is that true?" And then they went back and forth with it, and then Vic started leaking texts, but Vic has her in his phone as Bae, so he was probably like obsessed with this girl, and she was like, I don't know if Merc friend zoned him for clout or what. But oof, it was an oofer, I would say, a big oofer.